Hi everyone, I want to welcome you to episode number 50 of Klugula Reads His Classic. That's a heck of a big milestone. That is 50 consecutive days of reading these old stories from all the way back to age 10 for your viewing and listening pleasure. So for episode number 50, we will be completing this brief series of the George, Frank, and Liza saga, some stories I wrote at age 16, so some nice insights into my high school mind. So we ended yesterday with part 11, which was supposed to be the end, but clearly you can't keep a good man down, good zombie named George down, or whatever. So these are the three final parts. So number 12 looks like it's incomplete. So we'll just do that and move on. So let's get right into it. So George, Frank, and Liza, Part 12. I guess that they're back because they are so popular that they are back. Alfred hath just arrived at O'Hare International Airport in Miami. Ruby and Mona are with him because they are part of him now, because that's why it's like that. Frank and Liza got George to eat some chili so that they won't get eaten by George because George is one of the... Oh, and I didn't do anything beyond that. So, but there is a continuation, and I think this is probably a year later. So I picked up on this story once again and continued on. So, the outrageous return of the American dream. George, Frank, and Liza, now known as Liza Kent. "Eat it while it's hot," said Frank to Liza Kent as they sat at the table by the window in the restaurant known only as the Grimy Joe's on 45th and a Half Street. "Wow," is all that Liza Kent could say to Frank, who is now holding Alfred for ransom. He will continue to hold his brother, whose name is Alfred, until Alfred's imaginary friend Ruby and her imaginary friend Mona can come up with the money that Frank is asking for the ransom for Alfred. "I'm frightened for Mary and Candace because I am that way," said Liza Kent. "They are my friends." The chili was served to Frank and Liza because they ordered it before they ate heartily of fun times and sharing of organs. As for what happened to George, he got hungry for chili, so he ate Mary and Candace because he got hungry for chili. The end of the new beginning. Okay, so obviously we're back in that similar odd, absurd world, but we are missing the extended adjective descriptions for George that were kind of part of that, the early run. So anyway, here it is. This is the final chapter of George, Frank, and Liza that was ever written, aside from the screenplay I started many years ago. George, Frank, and Liza Kent, part whatever was last time, whatever comes after last time's number of the last one. Now that George is one of the things that are in every story cubed, and now that he has killed and devoured Mary and Candace, and now that Frank and Liza Kent are full of chili from Joe's on 45th and a Half Street, and now that Alfred has been obtained from orange juice and decomposition, and now that Frank and Liza Kent are home safe from the attack of the killer katydids, and now that everyone is tired of these masterpieces titled George, Frank, and Liza Kent, and now that the day has ended and the sun is dead, and now that the moon is shining brightly from cheese dip and ranch dressing, and now that the mouse has lost its tail to a blender, and now that Joe's on 45th and a Half Street is closed for the winter because no one likes Joe's on 45th and a Half Street's chili, and now that Frank and Liza Kent are being naughty in Frank's bedroom of Frank's house on Acreage Street, then it is over. I guess it's over. That's it, folks. So part 12, 13, and 14 of the George, Frank, and Liza saga. So I hope you enjoyed those. I hope you will subscribe below, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I'd also like to make a quick notation that Klugula Reads His Classics will be going on a brief hiatus for some retooling. Stay tuned for that exciting news as we move into what I'm calling Season 3. This completes Season 2. So until we see each other again, I want you to go out with my usual quadruple S. Stay safe, stay smart, stay secure, stay well stocked. Until we meet again, guys. Bye.